with a somewhat older driver in Conrad in the second row. Let's find out how they roll as they come out of the fourth corner and take the green flag. Inside move by Stevens for first place will work. In the middle of the pack, it's 3 wide. Is that Dawsey to the outside trying to make a move? Yes, it was. Dawsey caught up in 3 abreast traffic and busting from between cars is Pflum as he races with Dawsey for about 8th place on through there. And now Dawsey picks Pflum off on Eric Black, but Black is a factor in this race as well. The other Black, Ed Black, is moving up to 2nd place on the backstretch of lap number 2 and is in pursuit of Stevens as we finish this second lap. In 3rd place is Smith with the number 19. Sideways in 4th place is Brown with Russell to his inside, taking the position away. Black in the number 07 is battling hard for the lead, going into the 3rd turn of lap number 3. And now there's the other Black, which is the number 70 of Eric Black, going to the inside of Brown. Brown is going backwards. Black is going up, and he almost clips Pflum and Dawsey who go underneath Brown. Brown sideways almost hits the wall in turn number 1. He's already out of contention as we come to lap number 4. Dawsey's on the charge of the outside battle with the number 47 of Pflum. Those drivers are battling hard for 7th place, while the battle for 5th place is developing with Eric Black going to the inside of Smith. Now there's Ed Black looking to the inside of Stevens, almost bumping him, going into the 3rd turn of lap number 5. He did run into Stevens, almost turned him sideways, stacking up the rest of the pack into the outside. There's Pfeiffer going for first place in turn number 1 of lap number 6 and taking it away. Stevens is now in 2nd place, and to the outside there is Russell in the number 86 making his move. Behind them, it is the Blacks running side by side for 4th. Then Pflum, Dawsey, and the rest of the pack as the first Smith to try to move up is Billy Smith. Rodney Smith is caught in traffic with no place to go. There's Pflum from between this. Blacks trying to make the move for 4th place. I don't believe it. In 3 abreast racing, daring move by Chief Pflum makes the move from between the Blacks and now goes after Stevens for 3rd place in an incredible, impossible maneuver. Chief Pflum moves around Stevens and gets 3rd place, leaving Stevens to fight off the Blacks and Dawsey and Rodney's and Billy Smith. And now to the inside, there comes the number 48 car of Souls trying to make his move as well. Now dropping back is number 20 car as Stevens drops further and further back. Leader is Pfeiffer. 2nd place is Russell. 3rd place is Pflum. Trying to reach Dawsey into the race. Black. Dawsey is sideways to the balance of the field as the yellow comes out. It drops Black and another 6 cars. All the cars involved in that one. You've got Black in the number 07, in the number 48 car. You've got trouble with the Scarlato car. You've got Stevens in the number 20, Dawsey in the 0 car, and McGreevy in the number 17 all got caught in that one. And hitting the wall and having something break on that car was Scarlato in the number 48. And of course, the only fluid these cars have in them is oil, and that means the Scarlato has dropped a lot of oil on the racetrack and is out of it. Also apparently out of it with damage on the front end is trying to go to the inside of a car as well. Excuse me, Renner's going to the inside of Sneva along with the number 4 of Rodney Smith as Billy Smith is running in 5th place out of Stevens in the number 20. Stevens in that 20 car is getting swallowed up as we come to this restart. He had been in about 5th place in the restart. Now he's been passed by Sneva in the number 64, by Rodney Smith in the number 4 that now goes on the attack against Sneva and passes him for 6th place going into turn number 3. Speaking of 3, there are 3 drivers battling for the lead coming out of turn number 2 of lap number 11. The leader is Pfeiffer in the number 2. 2nd place is Russell in the number 86. And 3rd place, and lurking and stalking those leaders, is Pflum in the number 47. Dawsey's already passed Brown and Smith, and now he's all over Stevens, who's been going backwards in a hurry. Behind the lead trio of Pfeiffer, Russell, and Pflum, you've got Eric Black running in position number 4, the number 70. Pflum inside move on Russell out of turn number 2 of lap number 13 at the 1/4 mark of the race. Pflum has moved his 47 car into the 2nd spot as we finish lap number 13. As we were mentioning, the fight for 3rd place sees Eric Black at the number 70 trying to run ahead of the Smiths. Billy Smith in 13 and Rodney Smith at the number 4. Then behind those drivers is a battle for 7th place that sees 7th place Renner and number 28 ahead of the 8th place number 84 of Coughlin, the 9th place number 64 of Sneva, and the 10th place of McIntosh number 27. And closing up on those drivers, Dawsey in the 0, who's in the tail end of that particular group. Dawsey's about a half lap behind everybody else. Pfeiffer holds on to the lead in the number 2. The number 47 of Pflum is about 3 lengths behind him, about 7/10 of a second. Pflum has been gradually closing up, but has not made a really aggressive move to try to take the lead. The aggression is coming in the race for fourth place that sees Eric Black in the number 70 trying to hold off the Smiths, Billy in 13, and Rodney in the number 4. Here's Dawsey in the 0 now, catching up to that 5-car fight for 7th place, closing up on McIntosh as they move around Conrad's number 61. And now Pflum makes the attack for the lead. Inside move on Pfeiffer going into turn number 1 of lap number 19. Pflum, with all that experience and years of late model competition, to the inside of Pfeiffer takes over first place on the backstretch of lap number 19. Officially leading the 19th lap, you've got Pflum just ahead of Pfeiffer. They have almost lapped cars ahead of them. That could be an interesting point here. Falling back behind these lead 2 cars, you've got the number 86 of Russell, who's in 3rd place, is gradually being caught by Eric Black and the Smith brothers. Pflum to the inside of Brown, putting him a lap down. Pflum now trying to put Stevens a lap down. That lets Pfeiffer stay close. Pflum can't get around Stevens quickly or cleanly. He looks to the inside to try to pass Stevens. Just now does so. Stevens doesn't give Pflum much racing room, just barely enough. But Pflum takes advantage of it to hold on to the lead over Pfeiffer. Now in 4th place, the number 70 of Eric Black is pulling away from Smith, and the Smith brothers are now engaged more in fighting each other than anything else. In the meantime, there's Dawsey to the inside of Sneva, moving around him and picking up another position. Dawsey still finds himself a half lap behind Pflum, and Pflum is gradually pulling away from Pfeiffer. 3rd place is Russell. 4th place is Eric Black. And Black, over lap traffic, has managed to pull away from the Smith brothers. And the Smiths are now being caught by the number 28 of Renner and the number 84 of Coughlin. Field now comes down to finish lap number 25 this next time by. And Pflum gets further and further ahead of Pfeiffer. On my stopwatch, the gap is 1 1/4 second. The fight is developing now, 4 cars deep for position number 4. It's Eric Black in number 70, Rodney Smith in number 4, and then you've got Billy Smith in number 13 who starts to go to the inside of Rodney just after Rodney tried to go to the outside of Eric Black and the number 28 of Renner. This is the best battle for position in the front of the field right now with Black, Smith, and Renner. And the guy that's holding them all up so far is Brown in the number 11. Brown is refusing to move out of the way. He has no reason to get out of the way. There's no rule or flag in this form of racing. And as a result, Brown is holding up this battle for 4th. And just now Brown drifts to the outside. There goes Black, Smith, and Renner to the inside of Brown as those drivers continue to fight hard for 4th place. And closing up on this fight for 4th place, you've got the number 84 of Coughlin and Dawsey in the number 0. Dawsey has passed a lot of cars since the restart, but he is actually falling further and further behind Pflum. Pflum, with 21 laps left to go, on my stopwatch, is 2.6 seconds ahead of Pfeiffer. Fight for 4th place gets even more interesting. Rodney Smith in the 4 to the outside of Eric Black's number 70 for that 4th spot. Billy Smith right behind them in the number 13. Renner in the number 28 in that fight for 4th continuing, and then trying to close up with them again, Coughlin in number 84 and the number 0 of Dawsey. Time and time again, we've seen Billy Smith and 4 trying to go to the outside of the number 70 of Eric Black, and Black backed it into turn number 3 and almost spun the car as he tried to bend it down underneath Chad Smith's lap number 19. That almost stacked up all 4 of those drivers who are going for 4th place. We should notice that the 3rd place guy continues to be the number 86 of Russell. And Russell is falling further and further behind the number 2 of Pfeiffer, who in turn on my stopwatch is 3.6 seconds behind the leading number 47 of Pflum at the 2/3 mark of this race. And Russell, as he closes up on the number 61 of Conrad and takes his time moving around him, Russell is gradually being caught by the number 70 of Black at 7.75 of a second between 3rd and 4th. And now Black and Smith almost get together as they try to go around Conrad, who kind of made an odd move and almost stacked up all 4 of those guys running for 4th place. Just now, Conrad moves over, and those drivers running for 4th now go around him, but Conrad almost completely stacked up Black, Rodney, Billy Smith, and the number 28 of Renner. 15 laps left to go. The stopwatch shows the gap between 1st and 2nd place is 4 seconds. And the battle is getting hard for position number 4 between Billy Smith in the Rodney Smith in the number 4 and the number 70 of Black. Black continues to try to hold him off. Trouble as the number 28 spins, and so does the number 84. Something is broken in the number 28 of Renner. Renner may be oiling down the track, and that could make things difficult. We'll stay under green. There's a trail of fluid coming from underneath Renner's car. There's going to be a lot of oil over in 3 and 4, and there goes Stevens sliding in that oil and stalling on the track, and will come down to yellow. The trouble started when something blew up on Renner's car, and we can see a trail of fluid coming from beneath Renner's number 28 at the restart of this contest, and it makes quite a bit of difference because Pfeiffer and the third place car of Russell have to wait until they get to the first turn to move around Steva, while Pflum has a clear move all the way around there, and so that will set up what could be a 4 or 6 car fight for second place, making it almost a 7 car fight for 7th. But as we see Dawsey circling through the 0 car, his machine doesn't seem to be handling that well. But we'll come down to yellow because of a spin by the number 20 of Stevens, and that will bring us down to, I believe, 12 laps left to go, which is the leader's prerogative, and he gets an advantage over Pfeiffer. Not quite as big as the other one, but an advantage nonetheless, as they work to lap number 39. The battle is between Billy Smith at 13 and the number 0 of Dawsey for position number 5. Position number 6, I should say, and for 4th place between Eric Black and the number 70, who's being challenged on the outside by Rodney Smith in the number 4. Now Rodney Smith tries to bend down to the inside to pass Black, at the same time that Dawsey tries to put on a similar maneuver on Billy Smith. Now Dawsey goes up top to try to pass him, as Black almost got turned sideways by Rodney Smith as they start lap number 41. Through all of this, Pflum of the number 47 holds on to the advantage, which on my stopwatch is about 3/4 of a second. Again, the fight is for position number 4 between Black and Billy Smith. Rodney Smith in the inside of Black. Now, going to turn number 1, there wasn't enough room to make that maneuver, but notice here is Dawsey making that a 4-car fight for position number 4, just as it already had been. 8 laps to go this time by. Pflum pulls further away from Pfeiffer, who gets further away from Russell, who holds station over Black, who is being attacked by Rodney Smith, who stays clear of Billy Smith, who is being attacked by Dawsey, who is clear of McIntosh. We know that Coughlin has managed to get restarted. He is running at the tail end of the lead lap very unofficially. 7 laps left to go. Pflum moves around Conrad. So does Pfeiffer. Here comes the race for position number 3, which is a loosely arrayed 5-car battle led by Russell, just ahead of Black, Smith, and Dawsey. There's Smith trying to cut from between Conrad and Black to try to pick up 4th place. That did not work, and Rodney Smith had to back down to the last second, otherwise it would have caused a 3-car crash. Pflum continues to run clear with 5 laps left to go, 1.6 seconds between 1st and 2nd place. Rodney Smith continues to put pressure on Eric Black. Dawsey continues to put pressure on Billy Smith. All this racing for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th place. Dawsey tries to climb to the inside of Billy Smith for position, can't do it. Black tries to put some pressure on the number 86 of Russell. Russell pulls away from Smith. Rodney Smith tries to go to the outside of Black for position. Now Rodney looks to the inside out of turn number 4, cannot make the pass with 3 laps left to go. Through all of this, Pflum very secure in 1st place with a 2.5 advantage. Still that 5-car fight for position number 3. And now there's Rodney Smith trying to go to the outside of Eric Black again. Goes up top, cannot find the traction can, Rodney Smith. White flag comes out for the white and yellow number 47 of Jeep Pflum, with a lap car interspersed between himself and Pfeiffer. Still about 1.4 seconds between 1st and 2nd place. Pflum will win. 2nd place will go to Pfeiffer. What about 3rd place on back? That's what we'll watch as the 1st and 2nd place cars come across the line. There's Russell coming across in 3rd place, just ahead of Black. Rodney Smith clipped Black as they come out of the 4th corner with Silla on the control finish was behind Black and ahead of Billy Smith and the number 0 of Dawsey. Jeep Pflum had the lead in this Fritz Motorsports Legends Cars Championship before he came into this evening's competition by finishing ahead of all of his closest competitors, Jack Dawsey Jr., who finished down in 7th or 8th place, Al Renner, who dropped out of the race when something blew up on the race car, Rodney Smith, who was in 4th place in the points for racing fans, down there at the start-finish line to welcome him to yet another victory.
Well, with this us tonight is Larry Williams, who is on the board of directors of the Hoosier Auto Racing fans, and we're going to give him the trophy and microphone to present to Jeep Pflum. We'll get turned around for our cameras here. Jeep Pflum, your second win in the Legends Series, and his first since early May. Larry, we'll turn it over to you. Larry Williams, Harf Board of Directors.
Well, Jeff, you don't necessarily have to be a Hoosier to be a Harf member. And not only that, being a former Buckeye myself and being from Cincinnati, I congratulate you and hope this is just one of many more to come this year. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
With this membership in here is good for 1 year. Fill it out, send it in. And like tonight, there are many Harf opportunities throughout the state. We look forward to being with this group of tracks for many more years to come. Thank you very much for being with us.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And again, Chief Pflum comes home, and when he climbed out of the car, he said he thought his luck would never change, but it has changed for the first time since early May with his second feature win in the Fritz Motorsports Legends Car Series. And Larry Fritz down there to congratulate him also. Harf T-shirt and honorary membership, and he can take that back to the car fan club in the Cincinnati area. Jeep Pflum comes up each weekend from Cincinnati, and in spite of the white hair, he's known as the Cincinnati Kid. Win number 2 in the 2000 Fritz Motorsports Legends Cars Championship.